Rhinos 32, Castleford Tigers 4 in a game that felt more like 60 points to 4, dominating Leeds Rhinos in this really poor display from the Castleford Tigers. Craig Lingard, pretty scathing about his team. Don't get me wrong, he knows there's a lot of work to do. There's a gulfing class between the two, but you don't know which Castleford you're going to get. They're either 2 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. You never really know, do you? Really poor day at the office from Tex Hoy. He's been in great form, hasn't he, of late, but Tex in this one really unsure under the high ball. He had a real mare of a game. And another player who had a real mare of the game, who's been pretty consistent for the Castleford Tigers, was Sam Wood. Not one of his best efforts in this one. Too many errors from Sam Wood. And I think what really compounded the misery of the Castleford Tigers in this is that they ended their sets really poorly. Wood a couple of times, carrying the ball, no grubber kicks, no real kick pressure from Castleford all game. Really pleased for El Zakim. I thought, he took his try really well. It was the only really bright spot of the game as far as the Castleford Tigers concerned, because they were absolutely beaten right across the park. They really were. I mean, the second try, the Brodie Croft try, for me, epitomised the game. It was too easy for Croft. Yes, it was a moment of individual quality, but where were they? Where were the Castleford defenders? They were just nowhere to be seen. It was too easy on the night. Matt Frawley getting a try in this one. He'll be pleased for that. Decent game from Frawley. A try and assist from him. He'll be pleased with that. I'm sure the Leeds faithful will be a little bit more relieved. Obviously, they'll say he's only playing against Castleford, but he can only do what he can do. Like I say, it should have been 60 points to 4, really. The amount of chances that the Leeds Rhinos just let go in this game. Cameron Smith had a couple of moments, didn't he? I mean, the first one that was chalked off, yeah, okay, fair enough. That was a knock on. But if you remember the one where Smith is going down the left hand side, there's an overlap of about 2 players on the left, and decides to take it himself. That was a bad shout. And then of course the Brodie Croft one where he weaved down the middle, tries it. Good pass, nothing wrong with the pass to Cameron Smith, couldn't take it in, and away you go. Cameron Smith in this one, a bit of a topsy-turvy game. He really did. I'd say he played well, actually. The young Edgill on the right-hand side, on the wing. I thought Edgill had a really good knock, actually. 125 metres, 17 carries. He brought the ball out of backfield really well, time and time again, for the Leeds Rhinos in this. So, Alfie, I've got to give Alfie a bit of a due. What's it all about? It's Mr. Alfie, Edgill. Superb player in the making. And I think, it's been a real celebration, hasn't it, of youth this weekend. We've seen the likes of Edgill. We saw the Warrington players. We saw the Wigan players. We've seen Noah Stevens at St. Helens. We've seen a lot of young players come through this week. For me, I've got massive futures in the game. Fantastic knock from Alfie Edgill. Like I say, Leeds, they'll be delighted. A good win for them. And of course, we're in a good position in the league table. They had to beat Castleford. There's no doubt about that. This is their 3rd win in a row against Castleford at Headingley. They really got their number at home. And they'll be pleased. They'll be looking up the table rather than down the table, the Leeds Rhinos. Of course, both Castleford and Leeds have a week off this week. When they come back, Leeds will go up against Hull FC. That's away at the MKM Stadium. And Castleford, yet again, go up against the Wigan Warriors. So, Castleford have got a big, hard game there. And of course, injury concerns. We heard from Craig Lingard in his post-match press conference that Joe Westerman's picked up a knock. McShane expected to be out for at least 3 weeks, maybe longer. So again, the 2 talisman for Castleford Tigers will be missing when Super League returns for round number 14. As for Leeds, don't they look a completely different team when Newman is back in there and Momorowski? It allows Reece Martin to go back to his rightful position of second row. And what a game Reece Martin had. We agree. Man of the match, 3 points. Can't be argued. Really can't be argued. A quality performance from Reece Martin. 20 points of the 32 came from Reece Martin. His second try, very nice indeed. His first one took some scoring and he took it really well. Superb with the boot once again. They're going to miss him. If he does go down under, they're going to miss him. He's a hell of a player, is Reece Martin. 3 points for Reece Martin. The 2 points, I have to say, I've got to give a note in dispatches before telling me 2 and me 1 to Brodie Croft. I thought Brodie Croft had a good game for the Leeds Rhinos. A really nice try. We've already discussed that. He set one up as well. 19 carries, 105 metres from Brodie. I thought Brodie had a good game. But I've got to recognise Mikolaj Aledzki in the middle for 2 points. I thought Mikolaj Aledzki, especially in the first 15 minutes, when it was a real war. Don't forget, it was only 14-0 at half-time this game. It was game on. But Aledzki's carries in that first half, he's coming back to form, is Aledzki. It's the Mikolaj Aledzki of yesteryear that I saw in this. And again, people say, yeah, he's only playing a Castleford Tigers pack. Doesn't matter. Aledzki really did do the hard meters down the middle. 120 from 12 carries. That's 10 meters a carry. You can't knock that from any prop forward. Looking a little bit more in the groove. 3 tackle busts as well in this one. And do you know I'm going to give the 1.2? I have to give the 1.2. Kane Robb at the Castleford Tigers. Yes, in defeat, 32 points to 4. Castleford have got trounced and given a point to a Castleford Tigers player. But anybody who watched this game, oh, the heart of a lion. Whoa, you know, time and time again, Sam Lizoni picking out one of the smallest players on the field in Kane Robb. And Kane Robb stood up time and time again. His line speed was superb. He was brave. Oh, he was outstanding. Well done to Kane Robb. And that for me, you know, Zael Zakim, there's players there at Castleford that are playing really with a load of heart. I mean, like I say, as a team goes, this was a middleweight against a heavyweight, and then there was a heavyweight on the field in Lozone going up against a middleweight in Kane Robb, and Kane Robb stood up to it brilliantly well. I've got to say, Kane, congratulations. You may be a namesake of the family, but I have to say that is well worthy of a point. There is nothing better than seeing a young man like that who is willing to go toe-to-toe with the biggest player on the field without fear, putting his body on the line. That's rugby league of the highest quality. That is what we want to see. So massive congratulations has to go for me to Kane Robb. Just love the spirit of the kid. Absolutely unbelievable effort from him. Do you agree with that? Do you agree that Kane Robb deserves that 1 point? He's only 21 years of age. You know, unbelievable. He's actually, he's actually played 11 times for Castleford this year. You might not have thought that, but you know, for me, he really stood up in this one. So 3 points for Rhys Martin. Who can argue with that? Quality performance from Rhys. 20 points out of the 34. Incredible performance from him. Really, really strong. And you know, we've got to give the 1 point to Kane Robb with 2 points in the middle there for Michelangelo. Do you agree? 32 points to 4. The Leeds Rhinos in pretty good shape, actually, in the league table. They're now up to 6th. Of course, Salford will play London Broncos this afternoon. Should Salford win that by a good margin, they may take over. Well, they will take over, of course, they'll be on 16 points, not 14. But if Salford lose, then Leeds will remain in the top 6 this week. So there you go. A pretty easy affair for the Leeds Rhinos at Headingley. A little bit of pressure taking off Rowan Smith this week. These two teams will be back for round number 14 in a couple of weeks' time. Well done to the Leeds Rhinos. More work to be done at the Castleford Tigers. That's been in the sheds. We will be back with the final game of round number 13. The Salford Red Devils taking on the London Broncos. Make sure you don't miss it. It's going to be a good one. See you later.